What's up, YouTube? This is Lucas here. I got kind of bored before I head on out to work, and I decided I'd give you guys a quick deck profile for the deck that I use in Yu-Gi-Oh! I run Dark Worlds. I'm going to start off with my monsters. Run one Chaos Hunter, just because she's like one of my favorite cards, and she really saves my ass a lot when I'm dueling. I run three Grapha, just because of his discard ability to blow up anything on the field, and because he's able to be special summoned with all of my other monsters I'm ready to show you. I run one Silva because he is just basically a 23 beater that I can bring out if I discard it if I need him. I run two gold, basically for the same reason as Silva, because they have the same effects and everything, just different artwork and name. And I just run them because I like gold better, but I run two of them. Run three Snow because when she's discarded I get to draw, or I guess search, for any Dark World card on my deck, which really helps out whenever I'm in a tight spot. Run one Morphing Jar because of his discard ability. It's just if I have the right hand it will really rape, and it might also fuck up my enemy. Run one Sangan basically because he's a search, and I usually use him for Morphing Jar if I need it. I'm working on getting a couple Fabled Raven for my deck, so once I get those, I'm primarily going to be using Sangan for Fabled Raven. I run one Gorz because Gorz, he's good in any deck, and he saves my ass more than any other card in my deck. I run Dark Armed because he's really situational, but I've had a lot of opportunities to use him since I do run all darks in my deck. Run three Brow because he's just draw power whenever I discard him, and he's also fodder. And I then run two Beige because he's a substitute right now for Fabled Raven, and he's also a good just 16 beater to bring out on the field, and I use him for Grapha's bounce effect. Alright, for magics I use one Card Destruction, pretty much for the same reason as Morphing Jar, except I don't get to have the awesome draw 5 card ability that Morphing Jar gives you. One Heavy Storm because everybody likes Heavy Storm, and I'm really happy that it's back. One Allure of Darkness because Allure of Darkness is awesome, and I usually use Brow as the fodder for this if I don't have anything else in my hand. One Dark Hole, just because it's Dark Hole. Run three Dark World Dealings because of the draw discard ability. Normally I use the Grapha combo. I can't even talk right now. Run two Gates of the Dark World. I've been thinking about moving up to three because of the effect being really good, and then comboing with Trance Arcfiend once I get a couple of those. I run two Pot of Duality, just to start off the game. If I even can't even special summon anything that turn, I might draw something that will save my ass for a turn or two. Two Mystical Space Typhoon, just because I don't like seeing my enemy with face downs. They always make me nervous. Monster Reborn, just because everybody knows what Monster Reborn does. Book of Moon, in case I attack into a Mirror Force or my opponent special summon something that would just kick the shit out of me. Cheerful Coffin, I run two of these because of the discard up to three monsters, and it's good because I can choose to discard up to three. I don't have to, so if I have one that I really just want to get rid of, I can use it. And last but not least, I run two Drag Down to the Grave because this card lets you see your opponent's hand and you get to discard, and not only that, but if you have a whole bunch of Dark World monsters in your hand and you show them your hand, they have to pick one to discard, you'll get your effect, and you also get to draw a card. So yeah, that's it for spells. I run very little traps. I run one Torrential Tribute, which I'm going to be taking out very soon, just because it's a good way to wipe the field. Solemn Judgment, because it can negate anything, and I like to save this for later when my life points are kind of low. I mean, it's good to start off the game if you really need it, but I like to save it. Mirror Force, just because Mirror Force is badass and I love it. I also run two Solemn Warning, primarily for the same reason as Solemn Judgment, except I can't give up 2,000 life points in some situations, and it doesn't negate spell or trap card activations. So yeah, I don't really have a side deck or an extra deck right now because I don't have Fabled Raven, so I haven't really been working on getting any extras. But if you guys have any suggestions on what I could use to make my deck better, let me know. Thanks, and goodbye.